Well, good day everyone, it's Grizz. I'm out on the 916. This old bad girl, this Italian beauty, things that are Italian, Pavarotti, quattro formaggi, that's Italian. Right, I'm out guys, out on the 916, gonna have a little bit of a jolly, gonna see if I can get some 360 footage without the camera falling off, so wish me luck on that one. I've got no tether on the actual 360 cam, so yeah, it's real daredevil stuff. Right, I'm going to pull it in because that 360 cam is shaking around quite a lot, and I've learned my lesson. Well, I've not, because I've not tethered it, I've not tied it to anything, so in case it does fall off I don't lose it, but I'm not going to trust it. I'm not going to risk it for a biscuit with the 360. I should try a tether on really, but it's just going to mess up the paintwork etc if it does fall off. And yeah, it just all jump around and bounce around, won't it? That won't be cool. So anyway, there's a little bit of nice 360 angle footage. Let's move the cam to a safer location so I can be confident it won't fall off. I mean this seat itself is only got one securing point, so it kind of flops around. It's just the way it is really with the Catty, but yeah, I mean, it's probably going to be alright. It's probably going to be fine. I don't know. I don't know whether to risk it. I'm not going to risk it. It costs too much money. Grizz just hasn't got that much disposable money. Yeah, when it comes to disposable funds, Grizz keeps having bad thoughts. Because I can afford this bike. I can afford the Ducati. I can afford having the BMW Scrambler as well, but I cannot afford, well I can, I don't want to afford the cost of the Hayabusa as well. So yeah, I need to make some changes. I'm sure whatever changes I do make when it comes to selling bikes, probably a lot of you aren't going to be very impressed, but it is what it is guys. I'm not made of money. As much as I would love to have all these things for you guys to enjoy on video all the time, is as much as I need also to be sensible. I'm not really very good at being sensible. Right, let's take these things off. Right. Yeah, so I need to be sensible basically, and I need to consider selling a bike. I need to sell the Hayabusa, I think, because the Hayabusa, like I said in one of my previous videos, is a lovely bike. I love it. I bought it because I wanted to kind of relive that old feeling of having a Hayabusa again. But from a standpoint of comparing it to today's kind of, today's bikes, it's very much outshined by a lot of other bikes. And I'm being rubbish with this. I'm still going to try and bring you an even wider angle though. See if I can bring you another cool angle. Anyway, I'm gonna faff about with this camera, and then I'll start talking to you again, because this is a bit boring for you to watch, isn't it? Taffy very kindly, actually, love her, bless her, give the bike a clean up for me yesterday. It was getting a bit dusty in the garage, and she went over it and gave it a nice all clean. So thank you very much, Taffy. Really appreciate it. You're a star. Taffy's working today. It's a bank holiday weekend, and the poor love has to flip in work. So yeah, not cool. But Grizz isn't working. He's a lucky bugger, and he gets to make silly videos for you guys to enjoy. I don't know if it's enjoyable enough for you, but I'm making them anyway. And yeah, right, shut up, Grizz. Let's get the bike going again, and hopefully bring you some more interesting footage. Right, there she blows. The other idea I've had, which I know you guys will not approve of, is to also sell the 916. And I've been playing with that one quite a lot. Sell the Hayabusa, sell the 916, get on and build the Ducati build, because that just needs to be done regardless of any outcome with that bike. And buy myself something else, just one bike I can just ride all year, you know, and not kind of have summer and winter bikes and all that flipping carry on, you know. So yeah, it's not an easy choice, to be honest with you. Not something I kind of take lightly. Right, this is probably going to bounce around like a mofo on the 360, but let's go. Right, so yeah, it's not easy choices for me to make. I'm rubbish. I'm frustrating for people I know, and yeah. But it's a nice problem. It's a flipping nice problem, and I'm lucky to have this problem. My eye is a tractor gathering. I should really pull up there, really, you know, with the old tractor. Yes. So, but you know, I could happily, I think, kind of just have one bike, just the one. It's like today I come out and it's like I've got to move 3 bikes to get one bike out, and it's just, oh geez, I just want to go ride. I just want to open up the garage, jump on the bike and flipping ride. I don't want to mess around with all these bikes, but it is what it is. I bought all these bikes for the channel. I bought these bikes to be enjoyed by us all. It was you know, an intention. I really actually, where did I go with it? How did it all kind of start? I mean, when I look back on it, I've always had a lot of bikes, you know. I've always changed my bikes quite often because I always wanted to try out something different, and I'm kind of obsessive when it comes to bikes because I just want like one of each, and I can't have one of each, so I buy one, keep it for a year, and then sell it and buy another one, you know, buy the other one I want. And that's pretty much how I've lived my biking years, I guess. And I guess now it's also a reflection even more so because I want to do that. Then there's like even more bikes basically on the market, and yeah, that kind of choice is very much widened, isn't it? But yeah, it would be nice not to be constantly, you know, doing different jobs on different bikes and always spending out on the bikes, really. And if I just had one, it would be, I feel, kind of better for me. I'm sure for you guys you'll be disappointed and you'll be like, oh flipping heck Grizz, I was really liking the Hayabusa and I was really liking the 916. Why did you have to go get rid of them? But is you know, as much as this channel is here for your enjoyment, and as much as I do things for the channel for you guys to enjoy, is as much as it has to be fun for me too. And yes, these bikes are a lot of fun, no two ways about it. I'm really lucky, really privileged and lucky, I'm fortunate to be in the position to pick and choose pretty much as and when I like. If I want to sell something and buy something else, that's cool. But who knows, that could change, everything could change. Lots of changes going on in my workplace, and Taffy was telling me yesterday there might be some in hers. So who knows, tomorrow we could both end up flipping redundant and I'll be selling everything and there'll be no videos. So it is what it is, isn't it? It's just, this is just a reflection of, these videos is just not even a reflection, it's just an input of my life and decisions and things that I do, and I share them with you. So yeah, I'm sorely tempted, as you can tell. I don't really kind of get to the point very well, but the point is that I keep thinking about selling the Hayabusa and the 916, and I will probably also sell the BMW build when that is completed. So all funds will go back into the pot, and then buy just one bike and just enjoy the one bike, and that be it. And I'll use that all year and get on and bloody enjoy it. So what bikes are there out there? There's just so many bikes to choose from now. I want something with a bit of a wow factor. So that kind of narrows it down a bit, doesn't it? You know, I was actually seriously giving some consideration to buying something like another Fireblade, say like a 2009 onwards, that newer shape one. You can pick I've seen a really nice one the other day. It might have been something like a 2012, maybe a 13. It had the more recent clocks and it was all in black and it looked bloody nice, and it was something like £5,000 or £6,000. I thought, that's an absolute steal, and I know they are great bikes. I've rode one, loved it, but it doesn't have the wow factor. Now the wow factor for me is the sound, something, you know, a bit wacky. We're doing less than 30 here. What is going on? We're in a 60, I think. Let's be careful. Let's go. Now this bike is cracking. And the danger is, each time I go out for a ride on it, I just need to ride it more. Is that I fall in love with it a bit more again, and I remind myself why I'm keeping it. Oh dear, what a disgusting person I am. Oh dear, all my indicators still on. Yeah. So, yeah, wow factor bikes. What are wow factor bikes? Wow factor bikes for me are things like the R1. When I rode Mark's R1, the Big Bang, the later R1, the model that's from 2015 onwards. Yeah, it just sounded, for sound, that is the wow factor for me on that sound on that bike, was just orgasmic. It was just absolutely beautiful. I mean, I love the sound of this bike, but that R1, sound-wise, for me, was just even better. Someone's letting me through. Thank you very much. Don't mind if I do. Thank you. Come on then, let's do another sneaky one. So yeah, an R1 is a temptation, but I'm also facing this thing at the moment where I'm, as you know, getting a lot of bloody aches and pains and not having a lot of fun comfort wise. And I do start thinking I should maybe I should be getting something a bit more comfortable, so then maybe I should buy an MT10. Yeah, MT10, like the front end, and then ish I do and I don't, and it's just a little bit, I don't know, just not looks wise doesn't do it for me. But it's got that big bang engine, so that is a temptation to go with the old big banger MT10. So that's another one, another temptation. Yeah. What else do I like? I like the Super Duke. I wouldn't buy a brand new Super Duke. I'm going to limit myself to probably spending around 10 grand. No more than £10,000. So I guess I could buy a new MT09 for 10 grand for that kind of money. But I do like them very much, but not enough to buy one, I don't think, at the moment. New, you know, for that kind of money. Yeah, so that's where I kind of am really. What else do I like? So R1, MT09, MT10, what else was there? The Super Duke. God, I know there's something else that I'm really forgetting that I shouldn't. And this camera's a little bit in my way for moving my feet around. Do I want to go that way? Not really. Let's go this way. What else? What other bikes does Grizz like? Yeah, obviously the Ducati 1299. I quite kind of would like to go back to a 1299, and another part of me thinks I've been there, I've done it, I should kind of move on, find something different to enjoy. For a cheaper option, I could go with 1199, but yeah, I'm not sure about that. So let's go through the bikes. Honda wow factor. What's a wow factor in a Honda? They don't really have like pop pop bang bang whiz bikes, do they, Honda now, really? I wouldn't buy a newer Fireblade. I know what I saw also. GSX R1000, the newer shape, GSX R1000. You can pick them up for less than 10 grand now, with like next to no miles on them. Most of them have got the dustbin exhausted on them, but it would be a good buy, wouldn't it? I was speaking to someone the other day. Yeah, they're comfy and they're bloody fast, they look good, and they're cheap. So yeah, that's kind of like Grizz really, isn't it? Although I don't really look that good and I don't really go that fast. So what else? The other thing is as well, you see, I don't really actually know if I am in the market for a big inline 4 anymore. I just don't know. I don't know if it's really floating my boat anymore. You know, these bikes now, you can buy so many other V-twins and V-parallels, whatever, that make oiks of power. Oh, I know the one I was going to say. I get so kind of lost on my conversation, but the other bike that I've been spending a lot of time looking at is the Aprilia 200, or as I would like to say it, Turono. Yeah, I might buy a Turono. 200, how do you say it? I don't know. I really like the Turono. When I rode last year, I think it was last year, Jamie's Toronto, a 2017 factory Toronto, and that was just amazing. 1100 factory, that's what I would buy. That's what I test rode, or I rode, sorry. Jamie gratefully let me ride, and I just loved it. It was just awesome. That I could really go for, really go for, so I'm quite tempted for that as well. Just stonks and stonking amounts of power everywhere. It was just bags of it everywhere, and it was just such a pleasure to ride. It was comfortable, it handled the suspension on it. It really was. I've never really actually got very drawn in by the all Öhlins kind of, oh, I've got to have Öhlin suspension, because I am a believer, like, well, you're only actually riding on the road. You don't need all that Öhlin suspension. So I've never really kind of justified it to myself that it was worth me having a bike with such a good setup. But I rode his bike with all the Öhlins on it, and oh my god, oh my flipping word. I mean, it was just a wonderful bike. It just did everything I wanted it to do, and yeah, I really enjoyed that. So that is a big, strong contender. I guess really I'm looking at Super Nakeds, if I'm honest. Although, a cheaper, good value bike could fall in there, but I just don't know. I'm just bloody awful. I'm not rushing into it. There's no need for me to rush into it. But I am seriously giving some thought to buying a different bike. Taffy messaged me earlier and was like, oh, do we have to sell the Ducati? And I was like, well, no, I don't guess we do. I guess we could. We could keep it, but it's just not, I can't use it in the winter, and then I'll need another bike, which means another lot of insurance, another lot of tax, another lot of maintenance, So, yeah, I don't know. I think it's also this whole uncertainty of financial futures at the moment. It just makes me think I need to be just a little bit more sensible now financially. And I think, like, I guess spending 10 grand on a bike is not that sensible, but this is about as sensible as I get. So we'll see. It's not a deal, it's not a problem, it's not something I'm really worried about. I do think about it a lot. It's an obsession. I am obsessive. I've definitely got a problem, and I know a lot of you will agree, but yeah, quite what to do and quite what I'll buy, or I'm not sure yet. But if someone turned around and said to me, Grace, I'll have your 916, I'll have your Hayabusa, I would let them go. I would go, okay, go on then, take my money, give me your money, take my bikes, and I'll go buy another dream bike. And that is what life for me is about. It's about getting on, enjoying, making the most of things, and yeah, when it comes to things like bikes, I'm always changing. When it comes to every other aspect of my life, I'm very much routine. I like just doing the same stuff, I guess. I've gone and done the same job for nearly 10 years now, and that's not the first time I've done that. Yeah, I've been with Taffy now for 10 years. Yeah, it's weird. I seem to kind of have all this unrest when it comes to two wheels, and I just want to get on and enjoy as many different bikes as I can that I want to enjoy. Maybe eventually, I don't really feel there is a lot more choice left for me nowadays. I just feel like I want to taste that Toronto cherry for a year or two maybe, and then I might just turn around and go, okay, I've kind of made my choice, I want one of those. But it's a little bit like me buying the Hayabusa. I was like, okay, yeah, let's get a Hayabusa. I might end up selling the 916 and keeping the Hayabusa. So I intentionally went all out on that Hayabusa. Thought, right, I'm going to get a tippy-toppy exhaust system. Going to buy some nice carbon fibre, put all nice chain and sprockets. You seen what I'd done. I took everything off that was old and tired and replaced it with next to new stuff. And yeah, I made it pristine. I adjusted the ride height, I made everything amazing. And then when I got on and rode it, I was a bit like, this is a cracking bike, but it's not as good as I remember it. And for the main reason that a lot has changed with bikes, you know. I think if it was a lot lighter, it would be a different subject. I think it's when I had the S1000RR, that thing used to blow my mind performance-wise. But it also used to blow my mind how light it was and how flighty it was, and like doing silly speeds and pulling power wheelies at silly speeds when you just feel that shouldn't be happening. And I think that experience made me think it's time to move on, time to buy something a bit heavier and a bit older, a bit slower, something a bit more planted. So that brought on the combo of the 916 and the Hayabusa. But yeah, the 916 is still an amazing bike. I would still choose it every day over the Hayabusa. But yeah, I do think maybe I should be trying another bike out again, because I'm just horrible, because I can. Do it while you can, that's what I say. Anyway, I've talked enough. Right, thank you for watching, peeps. Thank you for listening in on Grizz's motorcycle dilemma. I hope I've not upset too many of you, and I hope you can console yourself with some rich tea biscuits and cups of tea. And I'm talking rubbish. I'll catch you on the next one, guys. Okay, much love, stay safe, see ya, bye bye.